I do think it's different between men and women because the attention that women get when they go out, it's very different.
That's true.
And I have a tweet here that I love to share that's related to this. I'm going to shout out LDG. I can't say your name because it's kind of little D game. Okay. So the difference between men and women when it comes to this whole like club, going out partying thing, going to bars, whatever, is that, and this also kind of relates to Instagram and like posting thirst traps and shit and why men tend to get upset about this. Perhaps the corresponding thing would be like men liking Instagram photos. Mm-hmm. So women run passive game. So women don't approach men really. You just put yourselves in positions where you can be approached by men. So you go to the club, you go to a bar, you go to the party. You're not going to DM a guy. You'll post a picture to kind of elicit men to DM you. So men are salesmen, women are marketers. And essentially in a committed relationship, a man should stop pitching. So going up to girls, sending DMs, and a woman should stop advertising. So advertising would be putting yourself in positions where you can be approached. Because we both run different games. Women aren't out there like approaching like 10, 20 dudes in a night. They're not sending DMs to a bunch of people. Men are. Men are going to approach girls. Women don't really do that. So there's a differential there. Women in relationships never give up their edge. Women don't, I mean, some do, but like if by you continuing to go out to bars, clubs, and parties, you're still putting yourself out there. So that's oftentimes why women will find replacements really quick, because you actually you were generating leads the whole time.
Like almost building like a roster?
While you were still in a relationship. Like,
a couple people in the database.
So I think...
See, that's where the whole like thing comes in, where if they're going out, then they're still like marketing, and then you're still allowed to advertise. And if they're staying in, then sure, stay in.
But the difference is that we both agree that it would be wrong for the guy to go up to girls and hit on them. But you as women, you aren't really going up to guys and hitting on men. So like, for example, the difference between us, like me and Rhino, we could go to a nightclub and just go to the bar, hang out somewhere, I don't know, sit down somewhere, wherever it may be. There's no girls, even if we're in relationships, even if we're single, no girls are coming to talk to us. No girls are approaching us. Whereas for you, if you guys go out to party, go out to a club, go out to a bar, you're going to get flirted with, you're going to get hit on.
But that's not our fault.
Yeah, it's just the way you respond to it, though.
Okay, but I will also say, like, even though I am pretty, like, okay, against that, like, as a man, you probably wouldn't want to go somewhere that there wasn't women around, even if you are in a relationship. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, you wouldn't go to an all-male bar. Like, women are still in the atmosphere. Like, I know there are, like, tables that we have sometimes, bachelor tables, and there are still some good guys, but they're just like, hey, we just want to hang out with girls. Like, it's still just kind of like the chase. Like, it could potentially happen. You would not go to an all-male bar,
but
even if you're in a relationship.
But most women don't go to all-female bars.
I would
love to go to
women
bar. Hell
there's like all-female parties. Yeah,
I think there's definitely a component though of like going out.
There are a lot of women who don't like being bothered by men when they go out.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I think some women, a large portion of women, like the attention.
Yeah,
from
there's
men.
some. Definitely.
Even if you reject them, it's kind of that you're receiving validation. Even if you like brutally reject them.
But I think
it's
even
like,
men too. I mean, you could even just have like a, just a friendly kind of flirty conversation and nothing comes of it. Even if you have like a girlfriend, like, okay, like I had this fun little interaction and that's it. I think both sexes kind of can,
Sure. Question for you three. Would you feel like, let's say you're in a relationship with a guy, would you be opposed to him going to the strip club a couple times a week?
It depends.
The strip club?
Strip club, yeah.
Why would he?
I feel like that's kind of like the close. It's still, I think, not as bad as going to the clubs and bars and parties, because the strippers, there's no way the strippers are going to sleep with them, but...
He asked me to go to the strip
I actually have
club.
I was thinking of something.
I don't...
Wait, yeah, and then
I was gonna add
bring
on to
you in.
that.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. So would you have an issue with him going to the strip club?
I wouldn't
like once a week?
I wouldn't date a guy that would do that.
Yeah.
Why?
I just...
You don't have trust? Why
No.
don't you
Going
have
to a
trust?
strip club that's strictly
They're like lusting over other
lusting
girls.
other. That's the point of that, though.
No, they're just like going to hang out with their boys and
But
like
then
have
go
a
to a
good time.
bar.
Why can't they go? Why can't? Well, I can make the same argument. Why not just stay home with your girlfriends and just have a quiet, like a drink inside?
But a strip club is so different than just like a bar.
Yeah.
Like it's just like naked.
But those girls see the dudes that go to the strip club as marks. They would never fuck any of those dudes.
That's not true.
Well,
That's not true. We live in Vegas. Yeah,
No,
some strippers
well,
would fuck some of those guys.
yeah, but like most strippers, like would not like they hold the customers in contempt almost. They almost view them in like, sure, they might fuck like whatever, but most of them view them like these guys are dorks.
yeah.
But the reason that a guy is going to a strip club is to
Just
look
for the
at other
boys.
women. No.
It's just for the chicken wings or whatever the fuck. You're
No,
going
then
for the-
go to freaking like Wingstop or something.
Oh, why can't you just like have a quiet night in with your girlfriends
I
instead of
can't.
like going to a party where you know you're gonna get hit on?
I think just a strip club in general is just so different from any
Oh,
other
okay.
like bar.
Here, how about this?
That's
How
such
about-
a different.
How about
like-
this?
That's like us going to
How
a
about
male
this?
strip
Yeah, that's like
club.
us going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to back you up here.
Yeah, okay, give me
I was saying, so if you guys had boyfriends and then your guy says, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna go to a party. It's a house party. It's a bunch of prawn stars, and they all want to have sex with me." Some of them have like roofies in their pockets, but like I'm gonna like try to avoid it. How would you feel about that? I'm gonna like your man wants to go to a party with a bunch of some cute, some not so cute prawn stars, and they all want to have sex with him. How comfortable would you feel with him going to that party?
If they want to have sex with him, then obviously if he wants to go, he wants to have sex.
So that's the equivalent of when a girl's at the bar.
No.
A lot of y'all.
But the men are not porn stars
Well,
wanting
But
to have
that's
sex
not,
with
I don't think that's
I'm
the
making-
central.
Freaks.
I'm
That's not
making-
the central argument.
That's not the subject point.
Okay.
It's basically just if y'all went to the club and started asking each guy, "Hey, would you be down to have sex with me?" A large majority of the men at the bar are gonna say, "We can run that. We can leave right now."
Why would I ask that?
Well, I don't think you would, but that's the equivalent of you're at a place where everyone there would have sex with you
And wants to.
Yeah. And there's also dangerous creeps that are willing to like put some in your drink, whatever. So what would happen if your man was at a place where everyone wanted to have sex with him? You would hate that. But if I don't want my girl to be at a place where I know everyone wants to have sex with her, I'm a bad guy who's like insecure. So I was trying to make a little equivalent
Yeah,
there.
and just to add on top of that, in addition to just like, let's say we do 100% trust you, right? Maybe we don't trust, like he was saying, the other people in that bar. So that's just us. We just want to protect you. Like we want to protect you because I mean, I'm sure you guys like maybe you guys have been out and some guy was kind of like he said something kind of mean to you, or maybe he was even grabby. Like we want to protect you from those situations. We don't want you, like guys, when, you know, there's some scumbag guys when they're drunk, they're going to want to like, they might try to grab your ass on the sly or some shit. We don't want you to deal with that. And in these types of environments, you got a bunch of dudes, they're fucking drunk, it's tight quarters, like, and in these types of environments, sometimes, you know, we want to protect you.
Have you ever heard of someone going to a party club and getting drugged?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know someone that's happened to?
Yeah.
Have y'all ever been touched inappropriately at a club or party?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, but then when I say don't go to a party, it's like you're the worst. Like,
But that's the man's fault.
No, I agree.
It's
Yeah.
the man's fault for touching you and roofing you.
agreed. But then you're actively going to a place where
You can put yourself in that
you can put yourself in
position.
that position.
Yeah.
So
it's like for related to that really quick. There's dangerous parts of town, right? You in a ideal world, you should be able to just walk through a dangerous part of town at 2 a.m. and it's the other person's fault. Like, should anyone hurt you? No. But the reality of the situation is being pragmatic, being practical. If you put your again, it shouldn't happen to you. But if I walk into a war zone or some, like, to make a extreme case here, I shouldn't be surprised if I like catch some shrapnel or get, you know, so.
Yeah. I was going to say that men tend to view women that they like or love almost like a diamond or like a expensive car. So if you had a very expensive diamond, are you gonna like leave it outside your house and like just kind of let it go wherever? And if it's in the wash, whatever. No, you're gonna keep it in a display case, and you're not gonna want anything touching it. And it's like, don't go near the display case. Don't do that. So that's how, or like if you do a comparison to like a Lamborghini, men. If you owned a Lamborghini, would you park it in the hood? Even if the Lamborghini had the best locking mechanism and bulletproof windows, are you gonna park it in Skid Row, or are you gonna like keep it in your driveway, keep it in the garage, and polish it and shine the wheels and take pictures of it and take it out for a spin on your own time? Like that's how men kind of view women that they value. They want to keep them protected, as opposed like if you had a guy that would let you, like wanted you to go out, yeah, babe, do your thing. I'd almost be worried that he didn't even like you that much. But that's from like a man's perspective, but I don't think women tend to think of the man's perspective.
Yeah.
It looked like you just had a light bulb there.
Yeah, like hearing like your opinion on that just kind of like opened it up like a lot more. Like I kind of like maybe had an idea of what like the other
Epiphany.
side of it was like, but like yeah, you actually put that really well. Like
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just always hear that argument all the time, and it doesn't come from a bad place from guys. Well, it's like my ex was controlling, but that's men want to control things that they like and things that they value. So yeah, the same way if I gave you something valuable, you're not gonna just let it roll around and go out wherever and all that stuff. So yeah, I think.
But it's in a man's nature to protect his woman.
Yeah.
It's like that's what it is.
Masculine instincts.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we shouldn't be mad at you guys for doing that. We should be praising you for doing that.
Yeah,
Or no, or
I agree.
am I wrong? No.
Well,
About-
I
I
wouldn't
agree.
date I probably wouldn't even want to date a girl who even if she was single, who was put like that's just a mismatch of to begin with. But like yeah, if she wanted to continue while we were in a relationship, continue going out partying, clubbing, whatever. Okay, like I'm either never gonna take you seriously, and I'll just keep you in sex territory and never commit to you. You'll never get commitment from me, or I'm not interested at all, and I'll go find a girl who's better suited to be in a relationship. So yeah, if she goes out, parties, clubs, and bars, red flag, done.
Yeah.
Sorry, Julia. But
That was probably your man's mistake. Like I think just getting with a girl who does that. Not saying there's anything wrong with what you're doing, but like he didn't want his girl to go out. Like he shouldn't have got with a girl.
no, if she wants to do it, she
was
can
doing
do
that,
it.
yeah.
But you know,
I just think I do understand your point of view, but I do think for me in relationships, I think I'm my own person and you're your own person, and I think that there shouldn't be any control over what I want to do or what they want to do. But if you do have a problem with me going out, or you see me going out and you see that I'm doing something that is a little like flirting with anyone or anything like that, that's where I feel like the line should be drawn, and that does make sense.
but I mean, you say you're your own person, and when you're in a relationship, there shouldn't be any, but I mean, it's when you guys sit down and have a conversation, obviously you start limiting your own behavior once you get into a serious relationship. For example, what was once acceptable when you were single may no longer be acceptable once you're in a
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
For example, fucking other people. I think that, is it controlling for your partner to not want you to sleep with other people?
No, but it's just a given not to.
yeah.
But shouldn't it, I think it should just be a given to not, I mean,
Exactly.
to
depends on
not
the-
put yourself,
yeah.
not go to bars and clubs and parties when you're in a serious long-term relationship.
You got to remember the age gap here, though.
Right.
Different
Yeah.
generation.
I feel like I'm not going to be going out probably in like a year or two, honestly.
Yeah.
You also haven't
Get it out
like
of your
met
system,
a
I guess.
person.
Yeah, I'm getting it out of my system.
You also
Okay.
haven't met a
Yeah.
person where you like really like
Yeah.
loved them and you know like,
Exactly.
Here,
you
what-
didn't feel that way about him, so it's
It's so different.
different.